Hey guys, this is Jason. I'm reviewing Ezra, directed by Tony Goldwyn and stars Bobby Carnavaille, Rose Byrne, Whoopi Goldberg, Rainn Wilson, Vera Farmiga, and Robert De Niro. And it is about a comedian and divorced father named Max Brandel, played by Carnavaille, who has an autistic son that's going through a big life decision that Max does not like. Because he's worried that people will treat his son not in the same way that he wants to treat him. And both of them go on this cross-country road trip where they start to learn about themselves and each other. Now, before we continue with this review, I just want to say I have a dry throat right now. It has been getting better, but it's just a problem I had for a couple of days, and I have been getting plenty of rest, so I am gonna unfortunately make this video a little bit short, just so that I can get more rest later. I honestly didn't know this movie was being released until someone I know showed me the trailer for it, and it got me interested, mostly because of the cast involved, because I'm a fan of almost every actor in this film, and they are easily one of the better parts of this film. Every actor in this movie does a great job making their characters feel believable with real problems. Max wants Ezra to have a normal life because he's just a kid. He just wants to be treated like every other kid in the world, but Max's ex-wife, played by Byrne, wants him to be in a special school, and Max doesn't like that. But since this movie does have characters with real problems, it does make them, however, do irresponsible things, like Max literally abducts his own son without his ex-wife's permission, and they go on this cross-country road trip where they start to learn more about each other. So you don't really agree with Max with what he's doing, because what he's doing is really irresponsible, crazy, and stupid, but you do get to understand why he's doing it, because he had problems with his dad, played by Robert De Niro, and he doesn't want Ezra to go down the same path that he went through. I'm not going to spoil what it is because it's kind of a big part of the film. In regards to the characters of the film, I would say that the best character in this film is Ezra himself. He's the one I felt the most sympathy for, and he's the one where I understood where he's coming from. And he also has a bit of a character arc for this film. I'm not going to say what that arc is, but with how they executed it and how they wrapped it up, I actually thought that was a very nice thing with how they did that. And I thought William Fitzgerald did a really good job as Ezra, and according to IMDb, this is his first feature film, and he's autistic in real life. And this movie also didn't feel like it was talking down to him. It wasn't feeling like it was treating him differently, and that's also what I liked about this film, because he later sees what his parents are going through and what kind of problems they had and how they're trying to take care of him. And it also shows how he is trying to talk to his father more about the problems that his mother has and how he's trying to deal with them. It can also tug in the heartstrings a bit whenever Max is trying to take care of Ezra and trying to help him with his autism. So what this movie does get right for the film is the emotion for the characters. Now, most of the characters in this film do make some pretty bad decisions. You understand why they are making these decisions, but you don't really agree with them, which do make them a little unlikable when you see them make these decisions. Which brings me to my negatives. Every character in this film besides Ezra is very unlikable, and they make so many terrible decisions that would often get them into trouble. Mostly Max, because he's the one that's making a lot of these decisions, and they are the ones that are getting him into trouble. And I get that that's the point. I get that's supposed to show that they're dealing with real problems and how they can learn from them, but like when Max is making those decisions and he's literally abducting his own son to go on this trip, really makes him irresponsible. And halfway into the film, I thought that they were giving him an arc. I thought they were gonna get him to learn what he's doing is wrong and he has to set things right and take his son home, but no, he doesn't really learn that issue himself. He just keeps doing it. Now, this movie does have some big name actors, but some like Whoopi Goldberg, Rainn Wilson, and Vera Farmiga don't really have a lot to do in the film. They're basically just there to help progress the plot for Max, and really just there to feel like cameos. Like the kind where you see them and you go, oh, that's Rainn Wilson from The Office, or oh, that's Whoopi Goldberg from The View, oh, that's Vera Farmiga from The Conjuring. And my last issue with the film is how it ends in the third act. I'm not going to say what happens in the end, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it, but with how it ends and how it's wrapping everything up, I thought it felt rushed. And it didn't feel like it had a full payoff for the characters in the film. It just felt like they just had to rush it all at the last second. At least that's what I thought when I was watching this film. I would have liked if they just slowed the movie down a bit, just to show the characters slowly starting to learn what's going on and what they're learning from their mistakes. Ezra is an okay movie with good acting from everyone in the cast. It has characters, while at times making bad decisions, but you understand why they are making those bad decisions, and it does tug in the heartstrings. But it's not without its issues, where it has mostly an unlikable cast of characters, actors that are good actors but feel more like they're cameos for the film, and it has the finale that feels rushed. But I do recommend watching Ezra in theaters because it shows a family like this trying to figure out how they can take care of a kid with autism. It may not lead to some good life decisions that they're making for this kid, but they are at least trying. I'm gonna give Ezra a B-. So guys, if you have seen Ezra in the theaters recently, what did you think about it? Did you think it's a really good movie, or do you think that this is a terrible movie? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, because it helps my channel grow. Hit the notification bell so you know what other videos I'm posting. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.